I remember praying for discernment really early in my Christian walk, and I never knew it would come mostly through experience. For some reason, I thought it would come through automatically, like, oh, I would be able to discern, yeah, that's not of God, this is of God, this is what God says, this is not what He says, this is in His will, this is not in His will. But it did not come like that. Most of my time I spent confused, wondering, questioning. And now through experience, I am better able to discern exactly what is of God and what is not. Hey everyone, it's Monique Renewed. Welcome back for another video. Long time no see. I know. And I see I have several new subscribers here despite me not really making any videos. So welcome. I thank you for joining the fam. And yeah, let's just get started. So today's video is about the importance of discernment. I'm pretty new to this Christian walk. If you haven't seen my testimony videos and sort of videos that mainly explain my journey, I will link them down below in the description box. So I feel like God has been doing a lot of work in me, in my heart and on my mind, and just uprooting some things that were not of Him and just revealing really the deception that goes on a lot in the Christian community, especially. I wouldn't lie and say I didn't fall for a lot of those things, but I think I was heading towards a certain path that probably did not have the best motives. And God has been really revealing that to me. I don't know, now that I think about it, I think it's kind of funny how in 2019 it was all about, 2020 vision and accomplishing your goals and your dreams and your visions. And there's nothing wrong with that per se, but I feel like now that we're in 2020 now and a lot of things are going on, 2020 to me means more so revealing truth rather than chasing selfish ambitions. And I'm not saying everything with everyone was about selfish ambitions, but I know I had to check my motives and my heart. And that is really the work that God has been doing in me. And just seeing the bigger picture outside of myself. There's a lot of horrible things going on in the world right now. Of course, racism, besides people dying every day from coronavirus, and it's July. There's a lot of deception in the media that's going on. A lot of things are not being portrayed as how it actually is, just to cause a stirring in people's souls and to cause outrage and even more division than there already is. And also revealing a lot of what's going on in the Christian community. A lot of false teachings that I personally believed, or thinking that the gospel is about yourself when it truly isn't. So I've been watching and learning behind the scenes. One documentary that I watched in particular is called The American Gospel, and it really shed light on the deception that I'm pretty sure I was falling into. This whole thing about, it's almost like Jesus died for your happiness, and that's absolutely what it's not about. And this whole prosperity gospel teachings, chasing after dreams and visions and all this stuff for your life, instead of chasing after the person who even initiated that in the first place, who even gave you salvation, who even gave you a chance to be reconciled with God and give you eternal life. That's what it's really about. And I understand there seems to be this culture nowadays, this discontentment with your life, and that you can achieve more, and that that's what Christ died for, so you can have your best life here on earth. And I'm just like, now after just sitting back and just really honing in on what the gospel is truly about. It's not about that. I honestly believe what God has done is enough. And if he doesn't do anything else, then that's fine, because our rewards, we're not looking forward to earthly rewards, although God does do that, but our hope is not in that. Our hope is in the eternal rewards, and that might be a long time before those rewards are realized, or he might come back tomorrow. Who knows, you guys? But what I feel like has been going on in the past few months, especially with everything that I was going through, it seems like God was revealing to me that it's not about you. If I could just say it straight, it's not about you, and it's about Jesus. And I never want to lose focus on that and go down the wrong path and possibly lead other people to that path. So I'm here to say that I am not the primary authority here. Neither is anybody else that you watch on YouTube, that you listen to on TV, any resource that you read, anything. Your primary resource, or your primary source, actually is Jesus. That is the primary authority. We are just here to help. That's all. So a little disclaimer here: if I say anything, or if you see me do anything, please take it to God before you make decisions based off your life to do anything. Before you apply anything to your own life, take it to Jesus. He is the filter. He will give you specific directions for your life. Anybody that you follow is here to help you, here to help guide you, but your primary source is, of course, God and him alone. So first, discernment comes from having a direct relationship with God. It comes from reading the word every day. There's a verse in the Bible that says any spirit that denies the incarnation of Jesus, that denies that he came in the flesh as God, is not of God. So in order to discern certain things, you have to know who Jesus is, what he would do, his characteristics. So if you know who he is and he is the truth, then you will be able to, when somebody tries to feed you something that is not the truth, you're going to be able to quickly know, no, this is not of Christ. But you're not going to be able to discern that if you don't even know who Jesus is in the first place. So that's why I say it's important to have a direct relationship with God and not base your relationship off of other people, what other people are doing, what other people are saying. Yes, it helps, but it is not the direct source. So even with me, take everything that I say, take anything that anybody says directly to God first, because there has been an availing of a lot of false teachings, false prophecies, a lot of stuff. So, and that is where a lot of confusion can come from. Why you can be so confused on the direction or will of God for your life, and where a lot of resentment can come from. If somebody said, oh yeah, this is what I did, this, that, and the third, and God has blessed me this way, or God has done this for me, and then you try to apply it to your life and it doesn't happen exactly the way that person says, that could lead to a lot of resentment, especially towards God, because it's like, well, I thought it was supposed to be this way, but it's like, no, what did God say directly for your life? So yeah, so instead of focusing so much about us and so much about, what can Jesus do for my happiness, and what he can provide for me, what he can do, now it's more so I'm trying to shift my focus to think, okay, what can I do for you? You have already done enough for me on this earth. What is it that I can do for you? How can I help share the gospel to others, the true gospel to others? Not necessarily, oh, I'm trying to attain this blessing, I'm trying to attain that blessing. I truly feel like that is not the purpose of life. The purpose is to love God and love others, and to share the love of Christ, to bring others to Christ. And yes, God may do a lot of beautiful things in between. This is not to sort of neglect that, but it's not all about that. Life will also have its downs. We can see that clearly now, but when you start to lose perspective and lose focus, that's where we can sort of get lost and confused a lot of time. And I just want to thank everyone for all you guys' love, support, prayers, comments, personal messages to me. I really appreciate it, and I really love you guys. Thank you for the encouragement. I am currently working right now, and the sale of the house did go really smoothly. It actually happened at the perfect time when I reflect back onto this situation. So I just thank you guys so much, and I really appreciate it for showing God's love towards me, and I love you guys. Thank you. So yeah, that's all, you guys. That's all for this video. I'm so excited to start back up making more videos and more content for you guys. And yeah, I will catch you guys next time. Bye.